Okay, this past August 16th, CSGO dropped their 10th anniversary update. And if you were either there when it happened or maybe watched my update video, you guys will know that we got a series of new maps, including 3 new competitive maps. Now, the Wingman maps are completely new, but well, it's a little bit of a different story for the competitive maps. Basically, all 3 of these competitive maps were already in CSGO at one point or another. Breach actually came out back on July 31st, 2019, and Anubis was released on March 31st, 2020. Tuscan, though, while it was in the game before, wasn't just in the game once. In fact, this map's actually made multiple appearances throughout the Counter-Strike franchise. It was technically released in CS 1.6, where the map was originally called CPL Mill. I guess the way this all went down is that the Cyber Athlete Professional League, or CPL, originally owned all the rights to this map. But because so many people were interested in the map itself, specific map creators actually took it upon themselves to recreate basically the entire map, taking major inspiration from CPL Mill, and they created what we now know as Tuscan. I figured I'd throw this in here as well, even though it's a pretty slim chance that anyone's gonna recognize this. CPL Mill was originally where the door stuck meme came from, so technically that originated on Tuscan. In very simplified terms though, that's basically Tuscan's story on 1.6, or basically how the map came to be. Later in 2007, it was also added to CS Source when that was out, and believe it or not, it was actually added to CSGO back in 2014. Just like the other 2 competitive maps we got, they've all been in the competitive map pool before for CSGO. And no, I'm not talking about Counter-Strike games in general, I'm deadass saying CSGO. Anyways though, if you haven't played Tuscan yet, I'd highly recommend it, especially while the matchmaking time is still relatively short. But how does this newest version of Tuscan compare to the older versions of Tuscan? Again, the 1.6 version of Tuscan is basically just CPL Mill. And for anyone who's played 1.6, well, you know what to expect. It's not going to be anything super special or crazy, even compared to Source. CS Source Tuscan though was a bit of a step up where it didn't look substantially better, but it was enough for players back then to be like, wow, this is so much better than it was before. But then the first version of CSGO Tuscan was released in 2014, I guess for an operation. And this is when CSGO maps really started to get more crazy and fancy. And while this really wasn't the feel of the game back then, now I feel like we're really starting to see these maps even more, especially with the current version of Tuscan as we're seeing it now. The immense detail is just crazy, and they just keep getting more and more detailed. Not to mention too, the new Tuscan utilizes bright and vibrant colors so much better than any of the other versions of Tuscan did before. And in my opinion, this is the best and cleanest looking Tuscan yet. Anyways though, what do you guys think about all this? Have you played Tuscan yet? Do you like it? And if you've played the older versions of Tuscan, which would you rather play? The newest version or the older ones? Anyways though, with all that said, if you guys made it this far in the video, you know what to do. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.